Right. Am I weird, or were parts of this film kind of like oddly relaxing? I'm talking ASMR levels of relaxation here. In a film where a woman puts shoes with nails in them. Yeah, that's weird. Yep, no, that's very weird. I'm weird.
Hey, I thought that was you. What you up to?
I'm a private carer.
You're still nursing?
What?
They know what happened.
All the good girls go to hell. Cause even God herself.
I just want to see you loosen up.
I've got more important things on my mind.
There's my little saint. Maud, he isn't real.
Nothing worthwhile comes easily.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Luke's Reviews, and on today's video, I will be reviewing a new release in cinemas. They're an endangered species at this point, but it is for a film that I've been very, very much anticipating. It's the directorial, or the feature film directorial debut of Rose Glass, and it is Saint Maud. Morfydd plays Maud, a young woman who is hired to become a live-in carer for a former ballet dancer. Maud, who has recently devoted her life to serving God, seeks to save her patient's soul. And that's all I'm going to give you in terms of plot. Saint Maud is best experienced knowing as little as possible. Partly because the narrative is full of twists and turns, but also because it is such a highly original film. I can confidently say I have not seen anything like this. But do know this. It is easily the most terrifying new release that I have seen since Robert Eggers' The Witch. It freaked me the fuck out. Now, what The Witch did so well was capture an atmosphere so bleak and harrowing and prolong that for the entire runtime, so when the eerie climax came, it left me shivering. In fact, Saint Maud plays out in a kind of similar fashion. Having such a short runtime, only clocking in at 84 minutes, Glass does a lot to try and cram in as much mystery and intrigue, again, into such a short runtime, but never feel like it's bombarding you with story. Instead, Saint Maud plays out like a very in-depth character study of Maud, who has taken this newfound obsession with God to extreme and unhealthy lengths. Morfydd is a revelation in this film. It is hands down one of the best performances I've seen all year, and if she follows in line with a lot of other British stars, then expect to see her doing a lot of stuff over in stateside, over in Hollywood. She's so good in this film, delivering a performance that I could only imagine would be both physically and emotionally draining. There are some scenes in which her expressions are so severe. Her eyes look as if they're going to pop out of their sockets. Her mouth is opening at unnatural lengths. But then you pair that with her quiet, unassuming, almost doting kind of personality that she is towards Jennifer Ahl's character Amanda, you get lulled into this false sense of security. She is easily one of the most unsettling characters I've seen in film in years. Like, imagine if Travis Bickle was devoutly religious, and instead of trying to get revenge on a lot of people, becoming a vigilante, he turned to religion and was trying to cleanse people's souls. That's basically who Maud is as a character. Deeply unhinged, but kind of also thinking that she's doing the right thing. As I said, Jennifer Ahle plays Amanda, the patient that Maud is caring for, and Glass doesn't skimp on giving her character a lot of detail too. Ahle's performance is fantastic, but again, it's that writing that makes the power dynamics between the two so damn interesting. Because it's made clear that Amanda used to be a party girl, she used to be about living such a lavish lifestyle, and now that she's confined to a wheelchair, can't even wash her own self, they're both alone. They're both lonely people trying to find some purpose in life now, It's just that their two personalities really begin to clash, and that is what sends Maud on an absolute downward spiral. And again, like I said, that power dynamic that is clashing between the two, you aren't sure if Maud is in control as she's trying to get Amanda on her side to cleanse her soul and to serve God, or is it Amanda who's kind of toying with Maud's newfound religious perception for her own sick entertainment. But as the film progresses and Maud's love for God enters a very dangerous territory, that is when Glass just goes hell for leather, and it works. This is one of the best films of the year and is one of the best debuts I've ever seen from a director. The climax of this film genuinely scared me. Like, I was terrified. I was sat in my seat, frozen in fear. And for those of you that are aware of what my stance on horror usually is, it takes a lot to scare me. Because most horror films nowadays rely on jump scares or the typical haunting type scenarios, and those might make me jump and those might make me feel quite tense, but nothing that will linger inside my mind, potentially keeping me up at night, really, truly scaring me. But it's when something potentially plausible could happen, and you add in a very harrowing atmosphere like Saint Maud is just shrouded in, then yeah, you're gonna freak me the hell out. And just like The Witch, that final scene in Saint Maud is not gonna leave my memory for a long time. The final shot, even, there is a line. I was on that line. I was on that line to just full on breaking. That did something to me. I genuinely felt so uncomfortable coming out of this screen, but at the same time, if a horror movie can do that to me, I am all ears to what else Rose Glass can do now. For many, this type of psychological horror is just not going to work. It's an incredibly bold, daring and ambitious vision, but one that is exceptionally told by a first-time feature film director making one hell of an impact. Morfydd Clark is sensational, and there are many striking images throughout that will leave you horrified. I cannot stress how rare it is for a horror film to have this level of impact on me, and that's usually quite a significant indication that I'm dealing with something special. So for that reason, and I don't think I've given one of these since all the way back in January, I'm going to give Saint Maud a 10 out of 10. I can see this being a lot like Marmite for some people. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I don't think there's much of an in-between for this film. I was bowled over by just how ambitious it was and how much of a vision Rose Glass had, and it just delivered for me. Also, I think if you are interested by the looks of this film and by what I've had to say in this video, I really do strongly urge you to support it out. British independent cinema right now is really struggling. I mean, all sectors of film are, but independent film, it relies on people going to support it. And in this time, I strongly urge you, if you can, if there is a cinema playing it near you, please go and see Saint Maud. If you go in with an open mind and you like kind of psychological, ambitious horror films, this, I can assure you, really does deliver. So anyway, those are my thoughts on Saint Maud. Let me know, have you seen the film already? Are you looking to go and see it at some point? And when you have, or if you have, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. And my question to you, I want to know, what was the last movie that froze you to your seat in horror? And as I'm sure some of you are aware, we are currently on the road to 300 subscribers. The end is in sight. So if you are watching this video, you have enjoyed yourself, but you are not yet subscribed, what are you doing? Please click that subscribe button down below, and I promise you, you will make my day. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please make sure that you click that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All the links to my social media accounts, my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and my letterbox are all in the description below. And if you haven't liked the video, what are you still doing here?